This video is about my new grinding machine for coffee right here. It's the Brew machine, $82 off of Amazon. It's a kind of a low-end burr grinder to put whole bean coffee in. It'll take 3/4 pound, which is 12 ounces, and that's often the size you see at the grocery store for a bag of coffee beans. And the idea behind this machine is to upgrade from a blade grinder that I had. And I had also gone to stores that have their own machines. They have burr grinders there, but I didn't want to have to go to the store anymore, which, by the way, whenever you use their machines to grind your own stuff, it's maybe a decent machine, but they charge you more for the coffee. So I'm like, how can I do better on that? I can buy coffee for, I don't know what, $8 or $10 or less maybe for those 12-ounce bags, and it'll be pretty good coffee. One thing I don't know when I'm at a store buying their coffee, whole bean coffee, how old it is, because they'll have like a use by date on it, but the barista type people, the coffee aficionados on the internet, say that you should not use it if it's been roasted more than 2 weeks ago. Well, I'll bet anything the beans that I'm using are way more than 2 weeks old. So if you were getting freshly roasted coffee from a local roaster, you'd probably pay more than I'm paying, and maybe more than I was even paying at that store I was going to where I was grinding my own coffee. But now I have my own burr grinder. Everyone says online, again, the burr grinder's better than a blade grinder. This is a low-end $82 machine. It's the Brew, but the reviews are that it works pretty well. It's not a high-end machine, not as well as those maybe, but it's a good entry point if you're trying this out. The idea is don't use a lot of coffee that's been ground and sitting around for a long time. Grind it a little at a time and use it up fast. You're getting fresher coffee, which should taste better. These are my water filter pitchers, so I'm putting good tasting filtered water in. Probably helps with the flavor too. I know I can definitely taste the difference between water coming out of these and coming out of my faucet. Zero Water brand here, that'd be another review if I ever choose to review this product. But this is about my coffee setup. So what I'm doing, this Nespresso machine I bought 6 months ago, I did a review on it, posted online a much longer video on how I make my own coffee pods with this. Now I'm gonna grind the coffee myself here and put it into the Nespresso pod, so I can then make my own pod much more cheaply than the pre-filled pods at the store. Roughly 10% of the cost is what I'm going to be able to accomplish versus buying a pre-filled pod, but I also can control what I'm putting into the pod, which may improve the flavor. So I'm trying to find a system with this that's not too expensive, but gets me a nice tasting cup. I'm already getting a better cup than I got out of my 10-year-old Keurig machine, no doubt about it. Maybe comparable to what I get out of my French press, which yields a pretty good cup. It's just a different style of brewing coffee. So I'm trying to optimize this the best I can for flavor, but not break the bank. This was 99 bucks, this was 82 bucks. That's my system, the OXO Brew. It's got 15 settings on the top with ticks in between, so it really looks more like 45 settings to me. You rotate the cylinder from left to right. Fine is on the left, coarse is on the right. You'll use those settings depending on what type of coffee you're doing. Are you doing this? Are you using an espresso machine? Are you using a drip machine? Are you using a French press? That'll affect how you rotate this to the fineness of the grind on the top. I can put a full 12-ounce bag in there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do it like a few scoops at a time. And then That button in the center turns it on and off, but also has a dial for the number of seconds. So the coffee drops into that. Take it out of there, put it in my Nespresso pods that I keep around, make my own pod, put it back in there. And I'm trying to dial it in now for how I grind it, what I put in it in terms of beans, and getting good flavor for the money and not too much of a time investment. Because I think full-blown barista mode, when you buy the espresso machines and the better grinders and the best coffee, it's just a lot more expensive and even more time consuming. Some people think this is too time consuming, and that's a valid point. My Keurig was quicker, but it didn't make a great cup of coffee. It just made kind of a passable cup of coffee. Some people can't even stand drinking out of those things. The real aficionados who know what good coffee is will just grimace drinking out of my old Keurig machine. But that was an old Keurig. It was 10 years old. Who knows? The new Keurigs may be better. But this is my system today, and mainly this was about the OXO Brew, brand new thing I've added to the system here. Tried it once, it worked this morning, so now I'm trying to dial it in.